All right, we've been saving this last dish for you guys. It's time for dessert. Our next comedian is a nice hot fudge sundae with a warm brownie on the bottom and a nice scoop of vanilla bean ice cream on top, melting all over the warm brownie, with a little bit of hot fudge, whipped cream, and a cherry on top. Please give it up for Christian Power.
Thank you. Yes, I am a delicious dessert. Nut-free, of course, because I am allergic to those. Let's give it up for our server tonight, Matt. Let's give him at least a 20% tip, right? He's been doing a good job. I tell you what, if you don't say Australia the same way they say Activia at the end of those commercials, you're doing it wrong. Think about it. Election day is coming up. Who's voted? Anyone? No? A little bit. That is your license to bitch, you know. You can't complain unless you vote, right? Like, you can't say, oh, I don't like the way my taxpayer dollars are being spent when you never went to the voting booth. You can't be upset about a factory closing down when you had the chance to fix something about that. You didn't take it. My girlfriend didn't call me back. Did you vote? Stop. That joke didn't even make sense. That was not a sound joke. Stop laughing at that. It really didn't make sense. I was an elected official once upon a time back in 4th and 5th grade. I was on the student council. That's right, 4th and 5th grade. I was reelected. Rough battle, though. Rough battle, actually. There was a rumor that was spread about me in my reelection campaign that said that I wanted to raise everyone's taxes. And my team immediately fired back saying, you know, what taxes? We don't pay taxes. We're trying to get that around. I mean, I suppose in elementary school, like, taxes are kind of like, you know, the tissue boxes they have to bring at the beginning of the year. Maybe, like, they're afraid I was going to increase the amount, you know, that your parents had to pay for the tissue box at the beginning of the year. Quite honestly, I would have been in favor of that. We always ran low, like, really early, so whatever. But, yeah, I mean, it was an interesting rumor, and I think the guy who spread it is actually in jail now. Isn't that funny about elementary school, though? Because if there's someone you haven't seen since, like, you were 10, the only image you have of them is, like, when they were, like, a little kid. But we all went on to do cool things. Like, some people are, you know, in college with you, your buddies, or they're, like, you know, famous, or some of them are just felons. So it's just funny. Life's funny how that works out. I went to Los Angeles recently for fun. I'm a terrible person. The week before I booked that flight, I complained about a $75 textbook. And then I went to LA, so whatever. I still feel guilty about that. But anyway, I went out there and had a rocking good time. I was going out to the beach, actually, for the day, and I was talking to Armando, the guy driving me around, and he was you know, he's really familiar with LA, and I wasn't, and I was telling him I was going to the beach, and he's like, well, you don't want to go to Venice because the beach is dirty, and in Santa Monica, the water is cold. I'm like, well, I come from a place where everything is miserable, so I think Santa Monica will be fine. Now, some of you are really defensive about that. Were you outside today? Were you outside today? It's going to be like that for the next 6 months. So, yes, everything is miserable here. I know, whatever. I was laying on the beach, actually, though, and I had a farmer's tan because, you know, a lot of people from here do. And I heard, it was very audible that people were walking by. They thought I was asleep or something, but they actually mocked the farmer's tan. It was some of those California girls that you've heard about. The Beach Boys talked about them. Katy Perry. Overrated. They were upset, and I actually, when I heard that, you know, I just want to kind of stand up and say, well, I am a farmer. All right, I come from real America, okay? I come from the heartland, all right? Manufacturing, have you heard of it? That was actually the moment that I became a Republican. Not really. I'm telling a joke. I'm not actually a Republican. That's a joke. How we doing tonight? Gabus, how we doing tonight? Just checking. You guys hear the scratch in my voice? I got a real joke for you. Athens healthcare. Healthcare in this town. It's been a week and a half. Finally went to the doctor yesterday. You know, really, if you don't have a car, your only options are just campus care. So God help you if you don't get sick during business hours. I don't know. And if you're coughing at 2:45 in the morning and you get like an excruciating pain in your right abdomen, you just have to deal with that until like Monday. Or whatever. So that's fun. I got a $30 prescription from CVS that doesn't work, so whatever. I went there over the summer, actually, and I had some kidney pain. And when I told them about that, the lady at the front actually went like, ooh. Like, it's not something they do. Like people who need medical help are not like a common thing there or something. I don't know what that was about. So I was more scared than I already had been. And they asked me a birthday a total of 5 times. One of those times was right before they had me pee in a cup. I'm like, you sending this back to me on the 14th of October or what? That is my time. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. Vote, vote, vote. Thank you.